keep the focus. So, but those are things we have to tell them. And then I finally, we want to hear them perform, not their record, not flowing over there. You know, that's why we're telling everybody you got to bring the show CD.
Yeah, yeah. I tell artists all the time that a lot of artists here do it. They'll play their entire song and then rap over their entire song with the lyrics and everything in there. And I tell them, like, you got your voice coming over the beat, and then plus you got your voice coming in on the microphone. And just like you alluded to last night, your timing is going to be off, especially if you had a couple shots. You know what I mean? Your timing is going to be off, and then you're getting that double voice. So it's sounding like you're saying everything with yourself, and if the sounds, and the worse the sound system is, the worse that's going to come off. So you just need your beat. Maybe the ad-libs and the chorus so you can catch your breath. You know, other than that, if you can't say your flow on stage, then you shouldn't have wrote the shit.
Yeah, there's two different textures of voices. When you're in the studio, your voice is going to sound completely different than when you're on stage. You know, because on stage you're a little more excited. You know, the pitch is a lot higher, it's a lot more forceful, but it's more crafted in the studio. So the studio version is going to be a little bit lower, you know, in depth.
In the studio you can concentrate more on what you're saying and how you're saying it. When you're on stage, you got to concentrate on how you're projecting.
Right.
You know?
To me, it sounds like a horrible harmony. You know, it's like, okay, like two singers trying to sing but can't exactly get their notes to blend the right way.
Exactly.
You know, and the killer part about it is these cats think that's hot.
They think that's the way to do it. They look at me and say, well, why? I'm like, dog, take your voice off the track. Why? Why should I do that? Everybody else is doing it. You know what I mean? So if everybody else is jumping off a bridge and a couple cats at the bottom of the bridge got signed, everybody's going to be jumping off the bridge. You know what I mean? So
it ain't enough ink pens underneath that bridge. Right, they need to stop trying to do that. And that's, you know, my whole thing is I want Columbus to really start bringing out its own identity, you know, because it's there, but, you know, there's too many people that's following, and this is the whole reason why we did the showcase like that, to kind of like weed out those that's sounding like everybody else versus those who have their own unique type of style. Now, what I predict is for in the finals is that there's people know that this is going to be the finals. They're going to get a little more time, and they have to bring a show. So I think when the show happens, your prediction might sway a little bit, because there's going to be some people that's like really going to bring.
Pops ain't swaying. Pops ain't swaying.
Definitely not. I'm telling you, these guys, they had everything. Man. They had it all. You know.
But on the flip side of that, the consensus of you guys is that if you come with the same exact thing that you came with in the previous rounds, you're not going to win the finals. You know what I mean? So the cast that you got predicting is that should win it all because they had the pieces together, but that's based on them making that maturity, that, you know what I'm saying, that maturation process from the first round to the finals. You know what I mean? Like, you can't play the regular season like you do the playoffs, baby. You got to step it up. And if they don't do that step up and somebody else steps up, you know what I mean, it's just going to be that. So it's definitely, don't come on the same level that you got through the first round on. You got to step it up a notch and bring your A+ game, A++.
Because everybody, like, all the acts definitely had room for improvement. So, you know, it depends on who, you know, just took it back to the basics and went harder the most. So, I think I know who Pops got in mind. Like, we haven't even talked about it, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, I keep forgetting to bring it up. But I keep forgetting to bring it up. But, you know, like, it's that room to, you know, like, come up and you know, pass anybody that's in the lead in our minds now, because I got my favorite as well. You know, I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but I'm thinking it's the same as what Pops got. But anyway, but I'm not stuck on it. So hey, they just make something happen. Columbus, whoever made it to the finals, it's 15 people that made it. That's 3 more than what we originally said. But, you know, like, sometimes it was just so close to where, you know, I was just like, I know in my thinking, I was just like, hey, you know what? Like, I want to see this person one more time, you know, to really, you know, give them that shot, because it could have went either way. So I'm just like, you know what? Like, let's just go ahead and do it, you know, because I'm a track and field guy, you know, like sometimes people can win from, you know, lane 8, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, hey, you know, you probably made it to the final with the worst score, but hey, you know, when the gun go off, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey.
That's when it counts. That's when it counts.
Exactly.
Okay, you guys got any parting words? You know, last little bits of words of wisdom. We'll start with you, D.
I would just say, you know, for all the artists, again, I know Columbus is a city where, you know, a lot of cats get disappointed, you know, not really sure how things are going to go, if it's going to be what it's going to be. We got to start getting out of this mind frame, this mode, coming into this showcase. I want people to really focus not just on who they are as an artist, but I want people to focus on their base, their outreach, you know, like who they reach out to as far as with their music, like taking it to a whole nother level. Like we was just talking about, I don't want people to just stay in one place, you know what I mean? I would say just make sure that you come with it. Just come real hard. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just hope that our presence here and the fact that D1 has put this on is an inspiration to people to do better with their music, particularly those who are serious about the music and trying to really make that their livelihood and to make money, make money from it, actually be in the music business. I know my experience has been good. I've talked to quite a few people, have had some interesting conversations, and so just as we might have been inspiring to other people, you know, a lot of people have been inspiring to us, or to me at least, in terms of just the discussions we had and just what people think about their music and what they think about Columbus. And again, we always try to encourage people to not only think about your music personally, but think about it as an organizing tool to help to organize your community, to build unity in your community, particularly with rappers, and fundamentally to stop the hating so that you can collectively build, because a lot of times while other cities come up, it's because they work together. You know, there may be 40, 50 artists, but all the artists are really trying to work together to create a pool of energy, a pool of resources that everybody can benefit from.
I guess my last words of wisdom would be, you know, hopefully
we'll be 334.
477. That's the speaker Pops. Hopefully everyone here has valued what D1 has put on as much as we have. You know, I never thought that I would be in Columbus, Ohio, but you know, I've landed in a couple of places in life that I didn't think I'd be. But you know, it's definitely been a pleasure to be here. Met a lot of good people. You know, everybody seemed to be, you know, genuine at least, you know, without digging deep into the crust of people. But you know, just make sure, you know, that y'all come together. Like, that's what I would like to hear more than anything from Columbus. Is like, you know, I get a call from the sources that I work with up here and be like, yo, you know, like these people are actually doing food drives, or hunger drives, and clothing drives, and all these other type stuff. You know, like, you know, like, so let's give back to the community, because you're not gonna be able to make it without the community here. So, you know, like, so whether you get a record deal or whatnot, man, get a hood deal or something. You know what I'm saying? Hood deal mean your hood loves you because you giving to them. You know what I'm saying? You providing, you feeding people, and that's what it's all about. So, you know, I really don't have too much more, you know, music advice to give, you know, because, you know, we all sitting among the experts here, and they've already said a lot. But shoot, man, let's give back. Let's make some things happen on a serious note, because it's bigger than us. It's bigger than this music. You know, we black people. I'm black folks. Serving peace. Thank you very much.
Handing out turkeys on Thanksgiving like Dino Brown, baby.